Professor Cavin Franco Paminutuan is a devoted language teacher and educator who has already achieved much personally and professionally. Professor Paminutuan is currently the Philippine Director of the Confucius Institute at the Angeles University Foundation, which he has held since May of 2019. Like anyone else, his career had its humble beginnings when he first worked for the Super Philippines Incorporated as a bilingual practitioner from April to September of 2013. This led to his employment at the Confucius Institute of Angeles University Foundation as a faculty member from 2015 through 2017. This opportunity proved to be an early breakthrough in his career and profession. From a faculty member, Cavin then served as the Institute's admin officer for a year from 2017 to 2018 and later as assistant director from 2018 to 2019 before he was appointed Philippine Director. Born and raised in Angeles, Pampanga, Cavin completed his secondary education at the Holy Angel University. He pursued an undergraduate degree for the Bachelor of Secondary Education in Filipino and Chinese language teaching at the Angeles University Foundation and successfully graduated in 2013 cum laude. Immediately after graduation, Cavin pursued his graduate studies, obtaining his master's in teaching Chinese speakers of other languages in 2015 and a Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Management degree in 2022. As an educator, Cavin has been actively involved in advocacies to promote the Chinese language and the culture of the Philippines in secondary schools. He has been a member of the Philippines-China Friendship Club, or PCFC, and has written and published a number of researches and resource materials. Among these educational resources include Reading Comprehension Strategy, Used in Filipino and Chinese among Chinese language teaching scholars of Angeles University Foundation, published in TESOL, Online Journal. The use of WeChat application on CLT scholars' vocabulary acquisition, published in TESOL International Journal. The students' perceptions in Mandarin classes, NRHSK. Results 2019. In the Asian ESB Journal, a communicative analysis of language functions in the Chinese as a foreign language textbooks. The Case of Happy Chinese 2020 in the Universal Journal of Education Research, and Reducing the Impacts of Pandemic to the Chinese Language Education through Localization and the International Journal of Language Education. Apart from his full-time career as Philippine Director of the Confucius Institute of Angeles, Pampanga, Cavin has also been engaged in local and international consultancy and advocacy works, mainly as a resource person on teaching Chinese Mandarin as a foreign language, organized by the Department of Education as consultant for the development of special program in foreign language, curriculum guides for grades 7 to 12, as representative to the Joint Conference of Confucius Institute in Southeast Asia, held in Laos in November 2018, and to the 2019 International Chinese Language Education Conference held in Shanghai in 2019. His recent professional engagements include participation as resource speaker to an online forum on how to effectively use SPFL Chinese Mandarin learning modules organized by the Universitas Sebalas Barat Indonesia in 2020, as consultant to the webinar workshops on a special interest program, Principles and Guidelines in November 2020, as resource speaker to the Pillar 4 systems of the Internationalization Roadmap and the Sino-Foreign Joint Development for Native Chinese Teachers Training in November and December of 2020 respectively, as consultant and resource speaker to the workshops on the development of ADM Prototype Self-Learning Modules or SPFL, an online training workshop on development and supplemental learning materials on SPFL in August of 2021, as consultant to the workshops on the validation of ADM Prototype Self-Learning Modules or SPFL, and the workshops on the finalization of ADM Prototype Self-Learning Modules for SPFL in October and November 2021 respectively. This year, the award for promoting Philippines-China Understanding, or APPCU, recognizes Cavin Paminutuan for his dedication and advocacies, particularly in teaching and promoting the Chinese language among fellow educators and secondary students, which is deemed relevant in broadening and strengthening cultural exchanges and ties between Philippines and China.